normally have at a physical venue. Normally we get about 50 people each year, but this year we've got at least 3 or 4 times more than that, which is really exciting for us, because we really do want to engage with a wider audience and for people to know about our collections. As many of you then are attending NACIRA for the first time, please, I would like to give you just a brief introduction to what we are all about. NACIRA was established in March 2008 as a direct successor to a previous form of this society, the National Council on Orientalist Library Resources. And that itself was a version of an even earlier form. But the objectives are exactly the same. It's to provide a general forum for librarians, archivists, researchers involved in the collection, development and use of library resources and services for Asian and Middle Eastern studies. We promote and improve access to these resources. We liaise with and encourage cooperation between the various library groups concerned with particular regions of Asia. And we want to promote contacts with similar organizations outside the UK. So in a way, NACIRA is a hub, or an umbrella organization where we meet each year, and all the other regional groups come together under this national committees, such as the China Library Group, the Hebraica Libraries Group, the Japan Library Group, the Korea Library Group, Middle East Libraries Committee, South Asia Archive and Library Groups, SCOLMA for Africa, and the Southeast Asian Library Group. And all of us have had, throughout the year, twice yearly committee meetings, but at the end of each year, under NACIRA, we all come together because for the shared interests for this annual conference. As I said, we want to make this much wider than just being for library specialists and professionals. And over the last few years, we've been particularly keen to make the conference particularly more public. And we want to attract a much wider interest in our activities. And we have done this, or are trying to achieve this, by organizing conferences of interest beyond library professionals, and to involve museum professionals, academics, students, and members of the general public, or anyone interested who wants to become aware of the UK's resources on Asia and what our institutions have in the library, some of them hidden away still, some of them not yet digitized. And this gives us a chance for people to become more aware of the treasures and the unique collections that all of us have and in this area of Asia collections. To give you an idea of the sorts of themes we've done previously, 3 years ago, we had a successful NACIRA conference at the Science Museum's Dana Research Centre. This focused on the wealth of UK library resources for the study of science in Asia. Then the following year, we turned our attention to the wealth of resources for the study of Asian arts in our libraries. And last year, we looked at unknown resources for the study of religion in Asia. So over the last 3 years in particular, we've been taking these themes and putting conferences together. And if you go to our website and go back in the website, you can see all the conference programs. It will give you a really good indication of the type of research and we're about our collections and promoting our collections to make it much wider than just being among library professionals. This year we've also chosen a theme, as you know, and this year we're focusing on maps. Maps are exciting, they're visual, they tell a story, they have political implications. People owned maps because it represented status. Maps from all countries have different ways of representing things. So one region might represent something one way, whereas we are familiar with another way. Maps tell a story. Maps are about people, and of course collections are produced in all these different countries where these maps are produced. So this year our theme is cartographic discoveries, Asian maps in UK collections, and I hope at the end of this conference you'll have a much better idea of what we have in our collections, some of it which we are all trying to digitize now and make it available online to everyone. But as you will see, there's lots of things yet that are still to be discovered. So I think I've spoken enough, and without further ado, I would like to ask or welcome our first speaker, Nick Krebs from the British Library, who works in the British Library Carta Digital Library project, to talk to us about capturing the maps, Arabia, the Gulf, and the Qatar Digital Library.